reaching our 3 p.m. limit here. And I don't know if people, like, I have kind of an idea maybe of a closing here, which is like, what are your hopes for your club? And maybe if you want to say the world or, your community, whatever that means to you, you could also say that. Anybody has any final thoughts? Because this has been super fun. Thank you all.
Yeah, a big hope for, I think, just staying within sort of like the club realm, for me would just be that it continues to be a space where people feel that sort of liberty to express themselves, and also a starting point for advocacy, and just hoping that those two things can get more depth to them, and also that more people are able to experience those things. I know if I were to say one thing that has sort of shaped my high school experience, it's definitely been my involvement with different clubs. And I just want other students, whether they're 10 years in the future or 20 years in the future, to be able to have that same experience in that same club. And like, I just know how amazing it would be to like come back 30 years later and say like, wow, the BSU still exists and it's still going on. And like, just to know that it sort of changed the lives, or changed at least the high school experience of some students, that would be really amazing.
Yeah, and also for me, it would just be like for everybody like that graduates, like that were a part, what that was a that were a part of the club, um just to keep in mind just like the stuff that like the friendships that they've built, the conversations that they've had, like just keeping like throughout your college and your life journey, just to keep that in mind, and also like to like continue it, I guess, in a way, like finding your communities at your wherever you're at next. And yeah.
Yeah, like what Suhaira just said, I hope for my club to like be able to look, or people from my club to be able to look back at it and just think of all of like the good memories and the good communities that they've built with their other club members. And I hope that being part of something like this also inspires them to create spaces for other people and also just join a bunch, because it's a super fun thing to do. It's a great way to meet new people.
Yeah, I agree with everything that everyone has said so far. I think one advice I have for all the club leaders in the future and like club members is to just pace yourself and join clubs with an open-minded mind, if that makes sense. Because that's where you really get to meet people and like be vulnerable and get to know people and be a part of something really, really cool. And for all the leaders out there, for the next couple years or so, just pace yourself out. Don't stress so much about like all the stuff you have to organize. And yeah, turnout's always going to be really great. And yeah.
Desiree like said something that made me think of something, and now of course I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh boy. Well, I'll just mute myself. But thank you to all the people that are now saying thanks. I don't know what's happening, but I think those people that were just left. So that's probably what's happening. Um, hopes for my club. I have no idea. I know I think I had an idea for club leaders. I don't know. I should just oh, there's a new person. Woohoo! um Hey Maya, thanks for joining us. We're just wrapping up, but we're super excited that you're here, and there's lots of cultural club leaders here today. Um, and I don't know what I was going to say. Um, love that. Oh, I had a really good point. Okay, thank you myself for writing that. So for people who like aren't really sure what clubs to join and maybe don't really know like if clubs are open to people of all cultural backgrounds, like I know this is a big thing is like do people come as allies? I know like Suhaira and I think Shamila's talked about this a lot, like the Muslim Student Association, everyone thinks that it's like a religious organization and that like they aren't here for allies, but like as a Jewish person, it's been so meaningful to be able to like go to the MSA meetings because I haven't done much this year, but I will go. To go to those meetings just because it's like it feels really good and people are so supportive of you being an ally in that space as long as you're like open and you're like kind and you aren't saying anything that insulting, you're just like there to learn, like people really appreciate that. And I think like for the MCSA, that's a question we get a lot is like, am I white? If I'm white, like, can I come to your club? Or like, if I'm not mixed race, like, you know, like I love that that's the mixture of the MCSA is that there's not that kind of idea that like you must be a certain background because like Desiree isn't mixed race, but like she connects to it and it's like not about being mixed race. It's just about like having a cultural appreciation club. And we also like do stuff for mixed race people. And I love that that's like stuff that we're all able to do together. Yeah, great idea, Desiree. Let's do that real quickly and then we'll wrap up. So the MCSA, woohoo, I'm wearing my Mixed at Berkeley t-shirt. BHS _ MCSA. We meet every other Friday lunch. I can put people onto our Google Calendar. Our next meeting is next Friday lunch. Be there.
Okay, Gabby, I have to go too, but this was awesome. Thank you guys so much for including me on this panel. And yeah, y'all are awesome. So I will see you guys later.
Bye, Suhaira.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you guys so much. If anybody has any final questions, I can stay for a moment to answer them. But thanks so much to the cultural club leaders for being here. Y'all are so cool. And thank you, Mr. V.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Nice seeing you guys.
Thank
Nice
you.
seeing everybody.
Bye.
And I guess with this recording, I don't know if we break it up into sections. This will just be what we give to our next club members.